you know, big loads.
Big loads, 3 times the size of a normal
Yeah.
road truck.
Yeah. This thing empty weighs what a highway truck weighs with a load on it.
Do you get a buzz when you drive it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you get scared?
No.
Never?
Yeah, a few times I've been scared.
It's a challenge. It's a part of the most exciting part of our job, definitely, all right? There's a lot of hazards out there. There's a lot of really, really steep hills.
Do you get scared?
I don't think I would call it scared. Apprehensive? Yeah.
You know, you don't just get off a plane and they say you're a truck driver. I'm not in these things, you know, so.
Are they hard things to drive, Greg?
Yeah, it's, what's hard is learning how to come down the mountain with them.
Are they good to drive? I mean, they're a challenge. How many sets of brakes have they got? Tell me.
Well, there's a set of foundation brakes. There's a retarder, which is, that's our primary tool, actually. I use the retarder more than I use the brakes.
That's like the engine brake, that's like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Jake
Well,
brake,
no, I have a Jake brake as well. Jake brake isn't quite as effective as what the retarder is. But the 3 of them, the retarder, the Jake brake, and the foundation brakes, they've got pretty good brakes, actually.
How do you know which ones to use?
It's an experience thing. It's, I mean, a feel thing, I guess, largely. In some places, a Jake will, if you take a Jake through a switchback, a steep downhill switchback, it'll take out your rear end. It'll fry your differential. So there are times when it's not wise to do that.
There's one hill called Pucker Bottom Hill or something.
Yes.
What's
yes.
the bad about that?
Well, it's extremely steep and it has 2 tight switchbacks on it. And usually if you miss the first one, you're screwed. You have to get a loader to come down and take the logs off so that you can make the second one. Either that or you lose your load.
You mean once you're committed, you have to keep going?
That's right, yeah. And it's so steep that you can't stop. You know, if you realize you're in a situation where you've made a mistake, that's it. You realize you're going to have to ride it all the way through until you're laying on your side at the bottom of the hill.
How often does a trucker lose it?
Well, I lost one this year. Yeah, I'm embarrassed, I have to say. The situation was just as I described. I was watching my trailer wheels come around the corner. They sucked into a ditch, so I stayed off to the right-hand side to pull them out, and that left me in a situation where I wasn't set up properly for the next turn. And well, what happened was the bank gave away underneath the wheels of the trailer. The load pulled the truck over on its side.
Are the roads getting tougher for these big trucks?
Yeah, I would say they're greener and more narrow than what they used to be in the past.
Because there's pressure on environmental pressure to keep the roads as small as possible now, isn't there? So
I think actually that we have to put up with more problems than what the generation before us did.
do you reckon? You reckon it's harder now?
I think so. I think the hills are steeper, the wood is farther up the mountain.